An Israeli airstrike has hit an apartment building in central Beirut this Wednesday morning, the second time a bomb has hit the heart of the Lebanese capital since the start of the war. The strike appeared to destroy walls in the building's 7th and 8th floors and damage nearby cars. It came as strikes also hit Beirut's southern suburbs overnight, with Israel continuing to target the Hezbollah stronghold. Well, earlier I spoke to France 24's Catherine Norris Trent in Beirut. Here's what she told us.
Just before dawn, an Israeli airstrike hit what locals say was a residential building in a neighbourhood of central Beirut. So this one not in the southern suburbs. It seems like it was a targeted strike on a building in the Aisha Baka neighbourhood, which is a densely populated, mainly Sunni neighbourhood next to one of the largest shopping malls in Beirut. This took place around 5 a.m. in the morning, and reports which we're working to confirm say that it could have been a targeted strike against a Hamas official there. Pictures from the scene are showing 2 floors of the residential building blasted very severely, burnt out windows, and it according to reports, it looks like this was a strike coming from an Israeli vessel in the sea off the coast of Lebanon. The way that projectile seems to have come in sideways and hit that residential building. So this is the second strike in central Beirut in recent days. There have been lots of strikes on the southern suburbs behind me, and in fact the Israeli army has issued fresh warnings that they are set to hit those neighbourhoods of the Dahiyeh of southern Beirut, a Hezbollah stronghold once again. So they're once again reiterating their calls for people there to leave, and that neighbourhood is once again bracing for more airstrikes.
Meanwhile, Catherine, the fighting has displaced over 750,000 people across the country. You've met some of those people who've had to flee their homes. What have they been telling you?
There are an awful lot of people on the road still coming north from southern Lebanon. Yesterday, my team and I were down in the city of Sidon, which is 40 kilometers south of Beirut, and it's a place sometimes known as the gateway to the south. And there are many people who've been flooding in from southern Lebanon. The Israeli army has warned everyone living south of the Litani River. So that's a huge expanse of territory, around 8% of Lebanese territory. Israel has said all residents there should evacuate. And so some people not wanting to leave their homes hadn't wanted to do so. But as those strikes intensify in the south, more and more families are hitting the road. We went to one centre which has been turned into a centre for displaced people. They've had to improvise. It was a former orphanage, and there were around 800 people sheltering there. Not enough room for all of them to get inside, so some of them were sheltering in the grounds outside, making makeshift shelters out of blankets and plastic sheets hung along washing lines. So very difficult living conditions for those people, as for many of the 250,000 people now who are internally displaced in Lebanon. This is a huge challenge for authorities going forward. They're appealing for international help in this growing humanitarian crisis.